Now on Wook Plus rowing content. You thought you were pissed about the Marvel content. Wait until we break down the rowing competition.
Sports coming soon to Wook Plus.
I always wanted to be the guy who sat at the front of the boat and was like stroke or whatever.
Yes,
with the megaphone.
We could do like a Peloton version of like that.
Wait, does Peloton have a rowing machine too?
No, they don't.
They should.
That's why we have a Wook Plus rowing machine.
That's why we.
And my job here is done.
Oh, you motherfucker!
It's in R&D right now.
I just spit wine all over all my shit.
Typical, I don't know what to do. I'm on the scotch and I'm feeling kind of woo. Think you're scary, but I don't know what to do. Got nudge your boo, cuckoo, ka-choo. Hey!
We're back. I know that you have to appreciate looking at Tim at Weekend Wook right now and seeing the finished basement versus the original unfinished basement of our opening clip.
Yeah. And it sticks out how fucked up I was, too. I forgot how we used to just flip the switch the flip, and go.
I know, and now look at everybody. Llama's hair is nice and short, and
Right, the beards are all brought in.
Oh, you guys all caught up. Nobody looks like a Wook here anymore. Like that was some like Wookie times back then, and now look at us.
What
You
happened?
have to let the hair
What
out.
happened to the frames, the frames around the pictures.
The problem was when we jumped to doing special effects, they always got screwed up.
Wow.
See, now they don't quite fit in it like it used to, and we had to screw.
We're gonna have to talk about production quality in our next meeting.
Well, the problem is we don't usually have 4 spots on anymore. It's usually like 3 is like the max. So we've kind of had to rearrange the boxes as we've gone. And as you saw the other night when I tried to flip it, it like screwed everything up. So
boy, they are way off. Those frames are way off. God help us.
They're a little off.
So, well, you know, StreamYard is updated several times, and there's like I can adjust your mics remotely now. If I decide you're too quiet, I can adjust the guest mics and things like that. And there's a whole thing where you can run a bunch of videos
based on your ear and your judgment. You're the guy that we're like, let's go with the T
well,
thing.
T too. T has full access.
How do we get full access, Llama? Who do we got to? Oh, never mind.
I don't know. I had full access and then I didn't one day.
That's because they raised it. They doubled the price is for full access for more than 2 people.
We had to limit the accesses.
Well, maybe in the next iteration.
Exactly. Soon everyone will have access again.
Oh my god. Last night I messaged you guys. I was like, we got to do a lot. I was cloud 9. And I still am, and I'm glad we're doing this. But then I woke up this morning just miserable. It's so much pain, so sore. And I was like, I slept for an hour, right? Because we got home at like 4 a.m, and then my daughter woke up at like 6 and stuff. And now I'm like, I feel good, but I was like, I don't have that same spunk you do right after a show. But I think it's still fun to get together and talk about everything.
Right. Totally. I'm dying to hear how everything was live between Charleston and last night and everything.
Yeah. This is a lot that we're doing.
This is a lot.
Yes.
All right.
You can,
on.
You can probably see somebody for their 100th show at SPAC, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be night 2 though. It was gonna be night 1, but I got shut out on Tuesday, so now night 2 will be my
Nice,
100th.
llama. Nice. There you go.
Now it's a lot.
Now it's a lot. Get it.
Yeah, Jason.
Very
I'll be
good.
at
So you saw 4 of the last 5 shows, Tim. Probably one of the most talked about tours, most anticipated tours they've done in 4.0. It seemed to have become a legend in its own time almost. What's your overall take over what you saw?
I think the fact that you got the longest disease and the longest sand within a week of each other is, and that's not the longest jams ever. And they've played a lot of long jams in the recent tours, but those are 2 songs that traditionally go super fucking long. Like that in itself speaks, a lot, magnitudes, right? Multitudes. But I think there hasn't been consistently phenomenal, but the good has been so much better, and the bad's only been kind of bad, and it way outweighs it. So I'm very, very high on the way they've been playing. I think Charleston was probably top notch. Like, I think that was peak for me. Last night I had a blast. Last night was the most fun I've ever had at a PHiSH show, I think.
Did it rain?
But I think overall, I think Charleston, they were playing just a tad bit better.
Did it rain last night on you?
Dude, oh my God. I looked, you remember Paul, my buddy? I texted him last night and I was like, very short sentences. They played Maze. It started to rain. I saw God. And it was like, because it was all sticky and hot. And then like you just get that really cold rain coming down on you. And like everybody was so like loose and dancing and you get the chills and like literally from the rain, but then like from the music.
Tim, I just want to know one thing. Did you do the Macarena?
No. No, but Steph, the whole night she was doing it.
She always does it. It's
Well,
like
I haven't been connected with everybody, and I just kept like laughing to myself, like this is the craziest shit ever. And then they started playing it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like that's the weirdest thing ever that they did. Like she always says that you can dance the Macarena to any PHiSH song, so that's like her
pretty
thing.
much
Why she does
can.
it. And you can, she does. And so last night it was just really funny that then they started playing it, and she was like, "That's."
Are
amazing.
you saying she made it look simple?
That simple is good too.
The Del Rio version. That was fantastic. They were so dark, and then they turned on a dime and started Macarenaing.
Yeah.
Macarena.
It was great. It was a weird first set too, which I don't know why we're starting on the last night.
I love that first set.
We're gonna have an agenda like this is like different than the after.
We're working backwards.
Yeah. Well, see, you.
I love that first set last night, man. That first set last night might have been the best first set of tour.
I agree, and it's so funny how the slightest differences make all the difference in the world. Because the night before, it felt weird in a disjointed way, right? Where we're like, oh, they didn't, and like this one, when you look at this set list with Pebbles and Gula and Julius and Mel, like it's a weird set, but it worked so much better. It just delivered on so many marks.
Did you like this?
How good was that gumbo? Holy
Did you
shit.
like this first set better than the Saturday night Charleston first set? Because that's my favorite first set of tour was Charleston's first set with the Jesus Left Chicago, the NICU, the Divided Sky.
Oh, the Jesus Left Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. They open with MoMA.
Dude, you're jumping nights on me. You're jumping nights.
Well, I'm just asking Tim which one he preferred.
We're talking the run, Kev. We're not jumping anything. We're all in the same run.
Oh, look at that compared to this other. Come on.
Yeah, that rules.
Even with Evolve, even with Evolve in there,
I get this. The other one with Percentage Sky, I'm still low.
I like this set better. I think the Fluffhead Gumbo Pebbles, that, and actually the Rogue was fucking great. That whole middle section of the set was incredible. Evolve was very disappointing for me, but what's really funny? I had this like vulnerable like thing when they started playing Ginseng. I looked at my brother and Tom, they were next to me, and I was like, I know people think I know a lot about this band, but I have no idea what the fucking difference is between Nelly Kane and Ginseng Sullivan and Old Home Plays. Like they all like. That's like where I become an idiot. They all sound the exact same to me. I was like, because I can like he always makes fun of me because I can even call like obscure songs that they've only played once, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, Trey debuted this with Tab 15 years ago, and they haven't, like I know like weird shit. The bluegrass stuff, for whatever reason, I'm just like, generic bluegrass, insert here.
Oh, dude,
which was a great choice for generic bluegrass.
Insert here.
Dude, we've been waiting on the Ginseng Sullivan. The only thing left is Blue I'm Lonesome and Uncle Pen.
This is the other one that I was going to say too. This one's up there too as far as the good first set. So yeah, which is impressive that the first weekend run is still holding up that strong.
Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
It should read My Friend, Fuego Jam, Egg in a Hole. But
this was a monster one too. And this was the one that had the curtain with in the 3 spot.
Can you put up last night's set too, though? Sir?
Yeah.
I have them all except for the ones T deleted.
When the ones I deleted when I was on my own.
Was that out of anger where you're like, fuck you?
No, he was trying to figure it out.
No, I couldn't get the other one to stop scrolling because I did it in the wrong thing. And I was like, I can't get it to stop scrolling. So then I just deleted one of Kev's and redid it so it would look like that. It was a disaster.
Yeah, I think the fact that they had such a phenomenal gumbo in the first set and all those other things we're just talking about. But this morning, all I thought about was the Wave of Hope and the Simple, and then pretty much the Maze Out. Mm-hmm. Dude, the Maze Out, because that's when it started raining, was just pure ecstasy. It was like the best culmination of PHiSH, the best choices. I wasn't super crazy about 20 years later, but it was kind of short and it worked, whatever. But Antelope and Yem, they're like finish it. It's just so that as good as you're right, T, as great as that first set was. That's not even what stuck with me this morning. Yeah. I wasn't like, oh my God, that first set. And
the simple through Maze, I said last night, Tim, was my highlight of the show.
Yeah. Well, and then the Antelope and Antelope and Yem, I was that was definitely an attendance bias thing because I decided to go on the flat part of the stairs. We were in the lawn, and you know the stairs at the Mann where there's like steps, then flat for a while, then steps and flat for a while. Mm. And like nobody was coming up and down at that point. So I was like dancing there and like had a lot of room and it was like solid ground. And like it just felt very not claustrophobic and shit. So it was a very good situation for me. I felt like.
I like it. You gotta be comfortable.
There you go.
You gotta find your spot.
Yeah, man.
So did they redeem South Carolina in 19?
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely did. That was because I was talking to the crew that I went to those shows with because it was the same crew that went to these South Carolina shows. And I was like, man, fuck that show. And they were like, oh, it wasn't that bad. So I played it for them. And then they were like, this is literally the worst this band has ever. This is like almost Coventry level bad.
Yeah.
I don't recommend
I don't know about that. I watched that Glide the other day.
Oh, no. Yeah, tough. That was really bad.
Tough to watch. I was going to make a short about it.
You should.
The worst day PHiSH ever had.
the Mann is a weird venue because after my disaster on Tuesday and the pure ecstasy yesterday, I'm torn about things. The best lot, arguably, anywhere is the Mann. I mean, it is awesome to have all those huge grass fields surrounded by woods.
It's a state park, right? It's a state park. It opens at 8 in the morning.
In a city, right? Like it's phenomenal with the skyline in the background, but you also have the big oak trees and like the cops were chilled. They didn't fuck with anybody. But why are they playing such a tiny venue in the biggest market?
Well, I think part of that, Tim, is there was no Nashville. There was no Southern stop earlier in the tour where people would have gone for their Tuesday, Wednesday and not driven all the way up to Philadelphia. I think is what that boils down to because the last couple of years I got Mann tickets the day of the show. No problem.
I think maybe the band's just growing or on a high right now because I've never seen tickets this hard to get.
It's all those people who got into them because of the Hall of Fame nomination.
Maybe.
Yes.
Well,
and all the interviews last year.
I was thinking about like night 13 of the Baker's Dozen, right? Like after and how everybody had to be in the room for that. And like that was those tickets were cheaper and easier to come by than the Mann tickets the last 2 days. And like New Year's tickets I've been able to find and score super easily. I mean, granted, I was able to find tickets for this, but I mean, hundreds and hundreds of attempts and,
Right.
I don't know, man. I think next year or in the future, they should just keep it at Camden and move forward.
Merriweather.
That's not a substitute. That's an and.
No, it's a substitute. It's only an hour away from Pittsburgh.
From Philly?
Well, you mean Philly?
Yeah, Philly, whatever that city's called up there.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, the Mann lawn's pretty terrible. Unless,
it's the worst. It's the worst.
You can't
and as Kev kept saying every time I'd bring up the fluff head white lights, he's like, yeah, if you're in the center, you can see him. But if you're anywhere else, you're not seeing the white lights. You're seeing them on the crowd. And I was like, yeah, that's true, I guess. But,
you got to be in the pavilion. The overhang is so low.
Yeah,
at the end of the pavilion.
Can I take a minute to answer Dave's question?
Yeah, do it, Lava. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna park next to the balloon salesperson because A, they have a job, so they're gonna leave me alone. And
except when they keep asking you for ice cold fatties and trying to press you.
I trust them more than I would trust a group of Chads. And then I would place bets on whether or not like the person buying the balloon is gonna pass out.
Right.
I got in a fight with the nitrous guy last night. An argument, not a fist. We didn't go fisticuffs. We just
It wasn't fisticuffs?
No.
Why? Because he didn't like your band?
No, he started attacking me. He was like, you fucking PHiSH fans, you're the worst. And I'm like, bro, I just give you money. Plus, you're at a PHiSH show. Like, it's so weird.
It's not a really good
weird to go to a
selling.
PHiSH show and bitch about PHiSH fans.
Yeah.
Like, credit.
Right.
Listen, I get it. PHiSH fans suck. Like, as one, I know, I get that, but it's so weird for this stranger to just start telling me how much we suck as a fan base and as the band
culture.
Right. Like, no, he was shitting on the band and shitting on the fans while trying to sell balloons to fans. I'm like, all right, buddy.
Yeah, right. But he's trying to say, he's like, I hate you people. You want a
it.
balloon? Ice cold fatties. I hate you people.
Lukewarm fatties because you don't deserve the ice.
Yeah, exactly. Room temperature fatties.
At Clifford Ball, we park 4 cars down from a guy with a tank, and it's one dude, full medical grade, the tall boys, and every 20 minutes he does a balloon and goes out and like whacks his head and falls on the ground, and everybody runs up and fills their balloons when he stands out. We were up till 4 a.m. with this guy. He kept just going out. He was
That's awesome.
There you go.
Someone asked if Mann was oversold. I think it was. At least it certainly felt that way. Down on the law, it was very congested. Although it was nice seeing the whole crew again and like seeing shows with like people that are like PHiSH professionals. So by us was pretty comfortable, but everywhere you walked, I mean, the whole concourse over by like the porta potties and everything, everywhere was packed. There was no, like, if you were having a bad trip or something, it was not a great venue to be at because there's nowhere to go. Like, there was nowhere to go where you weren't surrounded by thousands of people.
Bring a tarp.
A bunch of PHiSH fans.
If you want space, bring a tarp.
PHiSH fans.
Did any of you guys see that TikTok of the girl that worked at the Mann that was talking about
security
her
guard?
Yeah.
I saw
She was
her.
a plant.
Oh yeah.
I went down into the pavilion because the ticket my brother got was actually a PAV ticket, and like we were up in the lawn, but he's like, I asked him, I was like, can I go check it out? And I went down to the top of the stairs, and I didn't know where the section was because it was in the middle of the show, and like it was dark and everything. And she was like, it's over there, but I don't think you can get there, but you can hang out here and like let me stand on the stairs. And usually those employees don't let you do that. And she started fanning me, and I was just like, this is incredible. I started talking, I was like, you're amazing. And then she's like, so you want to go there now? And I was like, no, I'm going to go back to my crew. And that was it. It was like a 2-minute interaction. But like, I saw her online today, and I was like, Dude, I thought I imagined that, but it was all real.
See, and you're one of the people she was talking about last night that she had good conversation with, and like that's awesome. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, dude.
You are a fucking stud.
A wooking stud.
Is that like
You
a
are.
horse or something?
Hey, the last time they played the Man, I got smacked on the ass by some woman.
Or man, we're not sure.
No, the last time they played the Man, you weren't there.
No, well, before this.
Oh,
Before this. And it was not as cool as these shows, I will say. I mean, the song choices.
Yeah, the one where they fucked up walls of the cave.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was absolutely.
was
I didn't
pretty
even
horrible.
know at the time, but I don't like that song. So
Yeah, have you noticed that, Jason? The story topping that's our MO. We go back and forth.
Yep.
This
I
one
didn't mean
time.
to. I just thought of
This
it.
one time at fish camp.
What else is going? Yeah, so having been disconnected for a while, as you guys are aware and stuff, and also having not seen a bunch of shows, I really loved, and I don't want to just shout out everybody. Like, I don't want to start naming everybody because, like, I feel like I'll leave people out. But the people I saw online and at the show, it was so special seeing them. You know what I mean? Like, it felt deeper and like not just like, oh, some guy I know online, but like all the memories of like the tours we did together, 21, 22, 23, and like, and because I'm not inside. You take it for granted, like when you see him on Blue Sky every day, you're like, oh, I know what's going on. But like, I had no idea what's going on with these people. Just like catch up old school, dude. I don't know. I guess I don't have a point except I really loved seeing everybody.
That's awesome. That's fun.
That explains the brand change.
Yes, that did explain the brand change. Yes, because it's only in live. It isn't in the lot.
All right, so we're in live mode now. So
All right, where are we going, Kev? You're going to drive this shit?
Where are we going? I mean,
we never have a lot. It's just a free for all.
Right. What is your? How much have Llama and Tim? How much of the tour have you listened to? Have you caught every show, even after?
No, I haven't. I did listen to Ohio. That was all right. I was happy to see that I missed. What did I miss? What did they play in Ohio that I didn't want to see?
Yeah, you got your Petrichor.
Oh yeah, Petrichor.
Pittsburgh is probably my show of the tour still.
Really?
I just think the first set was so fun. Not the best first set, but really fun. And that second set with the What's Going Through Your Mind, I think was they had a moment. It got dark and dirty. They stopped being dark and dirty. I was championing the dark and dirty stuff over the first four shows, the twists and all that. And then they've gone into bliss mode. I'm like, come on, guys. Let's
yeah.
Anyway.
How was the
predictions
Boulder?
for Chicago?
How was the Boulder run? Like I didn't catch that run. Like how was that? Because I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it either.
I think the Boulder one was very successful, and there will not be another Commerce City show.
I heard that people hated the scene and the lot.
It's so bad. That's all. That's all.
Like, not even like I heard it from people I know and shit. Literally, people were talking about it at the Man and in Charleston, and every stranger I overheard talking about it, or everyone that it came up unanimously did not like being in Boulder. So I don't know if they're gonna do Commerce or not again. Like, it seems like that's probably complicated with like contracts and shit. But if the fan base has any say in it, they would not be going back to Boulder and doing Folsom again.
I would think so too. And I think it was such a special thing because it was the 4th of July, right? So like it was this totally different thing. And that show, I mean, to answer your question, Llama, it was a really solid run for that 3 shows. And I almost feel like it's almost like not quite a festival, but it was like a different fish because of that stadium and the holiday. So it kind of was like
separate. It was separate from the tour almost.
It was kind of like a one-off weekend because even coming out of Austin, they played repeats from Austin. So it kind of it had that feeling of like we're here just to like rock this weekend and this town, and then we're going back on tour. So it had that feeling, which was cool because everything was kind of like on the table. And then that 4th of July show was just fantastic. I mean, that second set, Simple, What's Going Through Your Mind, which was awesome. Tweezer, No Quarter, Down with Disease, Ghost, and then Character Zero reprise.
Colorado. Jason, sorry, T, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm reading the comments and I forgot I don't have a filter and I just said it out loud. I apologize.
No, that's okay. But yeah, I agree. Radio Star Killer. Night 2 Boulder, I thought was fantastic. Like, great show.
Yeah.
Sunday was it was an okay closing night show, but I mean, you got a day in the life to close the first set after a Lizards, which was fantastic. But yeah, it was a great run though. It was a solid 3 nights and a good 4th of July show.
Were you at the show, Tim?
Humor me for a minute?
Yeah.
I have an idea of a segment. I want to go through Charleston and Philly speed round and just tell you the things that popped in my mind during the show that I would have wanted to have brought up with you guys if I had done the after show or called in. I don't know if I'm going to remember it, but these were just like little things that stuck out. It's like, oh my God, I wanted to say this. And I completely forgot. And then you can tell me if you agreed on these shows or if that was just the attendance bias. Because I'm curious if my perspective, right, if it is in line with your guys' perspective.
Do you have this written down or something?
No, dude, we're going to improv. We'll do
improv. Oh, real quick though, I just want to go back. Llama, the thing about Boulder was a Taper's Choice show. Was really good.
Nice. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I've heard good things about that. And I'm sure you've listened to it too, but it sounded
Didn't you read the review?
Rice Storm did a review on it. So
hey man, they're getting there.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
All right, go ahead, Tim. Do your thing. Sorry.
Are you looking at the set list? Do you need to see them?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I mean, however you want
Pass
to do
the ball, guys.
Just throw it out.
Like Chad used to run around. Chad taught us to pass the ball.
Throw it out as song and night, so my brain can click.
Charleston night 1, the first set. What stood out to me was the Rift and Reba, 2 very ambitious, crazy songs, separated only by Spanish Moon, which was an awesome bust out. Was a bold statement of like, we're not fucking around. We're not playing it safe. And I felt like they actually executed those phenomenally. Like, barely missed any notes and really laid into it. And I thought it was the best start of any set of the year, except that they went into Devotion to a Dream and the Final Hurrah. And the whole set kind of nosedived after that. And I feel like if you had just isolated the free Rift, Moon, Reba, that like start of a show was fucking phenomenal. It was the perfect way to start a show. They just couldn't hold on to it.
I'll tell you what I said was Spanish Moon needs to be a half hour long with 10 minutes in between each verse. I felt ripped off. And it's great they did it. Everybody got their stat little check. But if you're really going to do it, be swampy, be dirty. Last night, instead of Mercy, go into Spanish Moon and finish the set with Antelope. Just let it breathe.
Maybe
let
do
it
Spanish
happen.
Moon and then just happen to do like a Fat Man in the Bathtub for the hell of it somewhere else in there too, just to really, bring it home. I don't know.
Llama, keep score for us. So for the first one, it was attendance bias, according to Kev.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I just keeping reasons why you're wrong according to Kev?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Tim, when you're at a show and you're listening to Rift, are you as critical as you are when you're sitting home on the couch?
I think so. I'm not sure. It's harder to hear everything because I don't have the lossless,
I would say that's the thing is when you're at the show, it's harder to hear because you're not really, unless he really flubs it or something, you don't really know.
Tell when Trey misses notes though.
Right. But you're more in the zone of like having fun and more willing to forgive it when you're there because you're like, let's just keep going. And you're moving on so quick to the next thing. At home, it's easier to be like, oh, ow, oh, ow. And like, right,
yeah,
it's different a lot. So I get that.
I should give a shout out to Brian, PHiSH, PHiSH. He hooked me up with a ticket to that first night. And he is a great fucking person to see shows with. When somebody gives you a ticket, you want to be cool and be like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you. But like, if you're being honest, you're like, some people aren't fun to see shows with, right? Like they talk a lot or whatever. his and I vibe were very much on the same level, and it was very cool to hang out with.
That's awesome. I just got to throw this up here real quick because this is like truly international. Like we're not just in Canada right now. Like that's impressive. Right on, Brad.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Nice. Nice.
All right, second set. I thought that the disease kept my interest the entire time, and that's like, I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but a lot of times these super, super long jams, they're great, but I could cut out, I could trim 7-8 minutes and make them like, you know.
We all love the trim. We all love the trim.
I actually felt every choice they made in the disease and how patient parts of it were and the different sections of it was really great. Attendance bias or legit? You don't remember. That's okay.
That's T. That's when you T, because I'm going to go take a pee. I'm going to call this my bathroom song.
Oh, jeez.
I really like the disease. I don't think the disease was better than the one in Mexico, though.
I really
start you off there, T.
I really liked the llama into the disease. I really liked the well in there because again, like that song just does so much for me because I love the turn. I love how it does that. It's one of my faves right now. So I can see that. I mean, I was curious what it was like in the room for that disease that night. Hearing it all, I'm like wondering how, you know, as you're listening to it live in the moment, how it sounded to you and how as it progressed, you were like, Jesus, this is long. You know what I mean? Like how that felt. You're like, are we still in disease? Like how, what that felt like in there? Because I know at home, it's easy to get distracted and drift off and like be on your phone and doing other things. And you kind of lose, you're like, oh, wow, we're still in disease. Okay. That sounded good. You know, or you even paying full attention to it. You're like, okay, where are we in this? But when you're there, sometimes those like everything's a lot more, your senses are so much more hyper active for it.
Are very heightened.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, I think that is the definition of what attendance bias really comes down to, because you're right. There's no other thing distracting you. Like you're super locked in. But since my own mind is not entirely reliable for making like these objective observations, what I more rely on is how chompy the crowd is. And the entire jam, everybody was locked in as to what the band was doing. And I've seen jams like this where people just start like talking, or, you know what I mean? Like they lose focus. And I could tell by the attention that everybody was giving it. I think that's also a sign that the people in the room, at least, it was, you know, Trey had us on his fingertips, so to speak.
That's cool. That's cool. Then to know that. Speaking of that, I don't know if anybody on Instagram, I don't know if he posted it otherwise, but Cam Hurt did a funny video today of like chomping during the Macarena at the Mann. It was like doing the Macarena, but like when you can't stop dancing to chomp, and he's like talking about buying a new Kia with like his friend doing the skit. It was a funny skit. Like it made me laugh today. I was like, that was pretty good. Very clever.
Where did you land on the down with disease? Because I was on Tim's side. I'm sure that it was in the moment, attendance bias didn't matter as much as on a re-listen. People are going to get the same thing.
Did you wash your hands, Kev?
No, I peed off the back porch, dude.
He didn't even use his hands.
I thought he was going to say I peed off the backboard into the toilet. Like I used the back of the seat to like bank it in. I have a bank shot I work on.
No, I pee outside. Why am I going to pay for a flush when I can piss off the porch? You know how much it costs per flush? Do you realize how much you pay per flush?
I love Kev's neighbors. They're like, oh, he's out peeing off his porch again. Do you take a shit outside too, Kev?
No.
Yeah, dude.
Somebody says something. He's like, I'm below the Mason and Dixon line. I can do what I want.
Exactly. We're country, man. I live in the country. What do you want?
Like, yeah, I got my shit and shovel out there. Make sure you dig a nice hole when you go out.
Here's your shovel. All right, what's your next hot take there, Tim?
I don't know if these are hot takes. I will say that this night 2 was the most consistently good, but also the most, until the end, safe in my mind. where I was at, it was just like a really good, like the Mike's groove and the Mercury and like the Soul Plan. It was just like, but the end of Hood into I Am the Walrus blew my fucking mind because I did not even have the slightest inkling that was coming. And that's, and not to like pat myself on the shoulder, but I feel like it's not very common these days for like the band to like really shock me where I'm like, oh my God, I did not see that. And I'm the Walrus.
Did you catch Trey saying thank you after Hood in the moment? He like ended the set with Hood, and then they looked at each other and they did.
He's like, "Thanks, everybody." Like, good night. Was like ready to close it, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, wait, let's do this."
No, but that's what I mean, though. And everybody thought the show was over, and I was like ready for it. And like, I guess that's the thing is A, the fact that he had the surprise song, and then B, what they chose to make the surprise song.
And shredded it. Dude, that was life. That was such a good one too, Tim. Like that one was so good. Like
that was the sounds they make with Beatles covers is insane.
You don't think they talked about that though? I mean, if you're going to do I Am the Walrus, shouldn't you tell the other three guys you're planning on maybe busting it out that night?
Well, I mean, I'm sure
not when you got the chops, Kev. They got the chops.
I'm sure that was part of the problem. I'm sure maybe the other three guys knew it was supposed to come, and Trey's like, "Good night," and they're like, "Are we doing the Beatles song now?" He's like, "Oh yeah, shit, right. Let's do that real quick."
Yeah.
Or maybe it was going to be in an encore, and then it was a little early, so they brought it up.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you think they ever end a set early because one of them has to piss or shit, and they get on the in ear and like, guys, can we get out?
That's the pump, Cam. So you get 6 flushes before the money flush. Okay.
Well, see, the first Hookahville happened because they were trying to get the fucking outhouse fixed.
That's right. You're right. Pay for the outhouses. Sorry, Tim. That was just funny. It cracked me up.
No, it is. I think I got my answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was not an attendance bias moment, though, honestly, Tim, because that moment was awesome watching it too. Watching them do that walrus was spectacular. Because like after being at the one they did in Vegas, which was a little rough on top of that whole set, it wasn't the same. I mean, it's still that moment. You're like, fuck yes, like this is awesome.
Love
that
Trey
one
having a senior moment too is always gold.
That's right. Always gold.
I don't really have anything. Oh, I will say an observation I made night 3 of Charleston was the Wolfman's. I don't think anyone's talking about it, and it's not like the longest jam or the most creative jam or whatever, but the energy in the room and the reaction to it, that was the big moment of the night where the place erupted, you know, where like they get into the jam and like everybody and their mother was jumping 2 feet off the ground and dancing and just having the best time. Yeah, and that's something I don't think maybe comes across on the webcast or on the re-list. And although if they do a proper mix of the crowd sounds, I think you probably could get a bit of that, right? Because it's like it's notable how loud everybody got. But
38% crowd, 62% soundboard is the perfect matrix.
Yeah, and also fuck.
And I believe 22% of that.
I believe 2% of that.
Dude, the best matrix of things have just a little bit less crowd audience recording mixed with the soundboard to boost the instruments enough that you hear them on the top layer, but just underneath the crowd exists. So when they go into Unbroken Chain and the crowd erupts, it shoots the meters up and like blows out the whole thing. And you're like, that was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a moment. It definitely was. All right.
Speaking of moments, right after they did Carolina, they went into a song. Did you think it was Ghost at first? Or
Yes, totally. Because it totally sounded like it. It felt like it was definitely good. And I know everyone says, well, Santos sounds like Ghost a lot of times at the beginning, but that was different. That sounded like Ghost. Like that was definitely like he did the down before he did the like the Santos dun. Like it was different. So I don't know if the guitar wasn't like if he wasn't ready to go into it yet and he accidentally did that, or if that was like one of those things, because it was definitely.
It definitely sounded like Ghost, but this is what I was talking about, making it harder to surprise me these days. I knew at the encore after that show, Trey was going to play fucking Santos. They weren't going to bust out Ghost when they have the rest of Charleston and Philly. They weren't going to bust it out in the encore. They've put Santos in that closer spot so often now. And I think, unfortunately, right, in my opinion, I don't love it in there. So, yeah, I think sound-wise, it definitely had that Ghost vibe. Yeah. But I would have been shocked if it was actually Ghost. I was pretty much – I kind of groaned. Like, I hate to be that guy, but I was like, Santos. You know, like they –
No, completely. I was more excited for it to be Ghost, more shocked that it would be Ghost, like you were just saying. Like, I didn't think it would work. It was supposed to be there, but I was like, okay, I'll take that. But then when it switched to Santos, it was one of those moments of like, oh, fuck, it's not Ghost, and oh, fuck, it's Santos. Like, it was like a double, like, oh, man, all right. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yes, Jason.
Chicago was also great.
What was?
Yes, Jason, I was for a long time. Sorry. Go ahead. Chicago. He's talking about Chicago.
No, I said Jesus Left Chicago was great.
Oh,
that night.
That was great. That was great. That was some really good bluesy fish. Like really, really good bluesy fish.
We did
the foam was really, really great.
Mm-hmm. We did the top songs that they haven't played, that they played in 3.0, that they hadn't played in 4.0. That night they did Rocky Top, and since then they've done Jesus and Carolina. So they're just like crossing stuff off that list.
Ben's going to be played in Chicago.
Tim, how was the Mike's Hydrogen Pog in there, and the Pog that actually had a little bit extra jam and finally had a little bit extra speed into it again and sounded great, and you got that extra little jam before going into the hydrogen, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was like rock and roll Hall of Fame kind of like, what does he say? A nostalgia act, right? Like it was good, but it wasn't. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think I'm glad that they still mix that in, right, to their shows, and that they don't push the boundaries with everything.
Yeah.
But like, to me, it felt
Are
like,
you pooping on Mike's song now?
Fish show.
Have you gone that conspiracy theory that now you're going to poop on Mike's song as a song that Mike sing?
No, I love it. I'm just saying, like, all right, like, here's an example. Later in that set, the Mercury, I thought the jam at the end of the Mercury was fresh, right? Like, it felt really, really good and exciting and unexpected. The Mike's Hydrogen Pog was awesome, but I've heard, I don't know, 200 really awesome Mike's grooves. I don't know. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a tool. I'm not trying to be a tool. I'm just saying, like,
you're sounding
it was good. It scratched an itch, but at the end of the day, I'm probably never going to go back to listen to this groove. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's just another awesome.
It was the most interesting week of Pog they've done in a year, if not 18 months.
I'll give you that. I will say, yeah, it was a little, that's why I was asking, just because it had a little bit extra. Like, you could actually get moving to it instead of like.
And it wasn't that slow. It didn't have like the week of hangover that it's had recently.
I fell for the trap. I am a tool. God damn it. It was phenomenal. I had the best time.
What did you think of that foam?
It was well executed. Didn't fall apart. Very worried when they go into foam. That's another one where Trey can slip up. He kind of started to slip up, but then brought it back in really well.
Yeah.
Actually, the only real mistake I heard this whole night was Fishman fucked up the marimba solo in Mercury really bad. You could see it on his face because I was behind the stage. What?
We got a Mercury jam.
Yeah,
we actually got a full-fledged Mercury.
That's what I was thinking about before, but that was the memorable part of the set for me.
Yeah. What's funny, Radio Star Killer, though, is we always joke, what was the one they did the other night, Kev, where it was that super short opener for the second set? And we were like, sucks if you got the free YouTube thing, because it was like that super short opener. That was brutal. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was just the other night.
What did you make of, like, did you hear them doing, let's go night 1, night 2 of Philly. Night 1, they did Camel Walk for 5 minutes, which deserves a lot more than 5 minutes. Night 2, they did Gula for 5 minutes. Yay, Gula 2 times on the same tour, right?
Yeah. Here's the comparison of why night 2 is better than night 1. It wasn't the Gula, it was the Gumbo. The Gumbo and Kim Walk are 2 very similar songs. They have a nice funk to them, and they're 2 songs that don't get brought out and for long enough walks often. Night 1, they did the crappier way of just hitting it and getting off, hit and quitting, as the kids say. Where night 2, I don't think it was super long. It was like 10, 11, 12 minutes or something, but they
it was 11. It was a lot longer than it. Right.
And
we've
so
got
that's why I think night 2 is better.
Right. We've gotten back-to-back long ones. The one they did in Austin or wherever earlier in the tour was a little bit longer than this one. But before, we always joked that they were 6-7 minutes. There was no jam to it. It was right back into Paige's little outro thing,
Completely. And this one, the last couple have started to like push, or the last few, I should say, push. And I thought last night's, even in that condensed jam, was great. And Llama, you'd be so proud of me last night. I talked about that melt, and instead of like complaining about it being at the end of the set and being crammed in for time, I was like, Llama likes to mention to me that maybe it's painting within the box of that time, and so they knew they had it, and what can they create in that? So I'm trying to look at things in that way instead of complaining all the time about doing it. So I gave you props for that last night, and I'm trying to do that.
Hey, progress. We're growing.
We're growing. Not to be as jaded as I usually am, but I still hate Mercy and I still hate Drift. That will not change.
I still hate Drift. Actually, yeah.
You know why they did My Dog last night is because it was National Hot Dog Day.
The dog.
You mean the dogs?
The dogs, whatever it's called.
Gula was cool though, Kev, and actually the 5-minute Gula was exactly like what it needed to be. And the other cool thing with that is like, I feel like that's a song that's like right in the middle of the catalog, and like nobody hates it, but nobody's like pining like, oh, I can't wait to get another Gula. But like when they started playing it, I just started like giggling to myself. I was like, this is exactly what I want to hear right now. It was the perfect choice for that
floor show. It has a floor show included. I mean, they could do a whole set at this point, maybe a floor show if you include You Enjoy Myself with the, trampolines,
and like clouds and all that. But those guys are talented. They could dance and play instruments and sing and stuff.
Punch You in the Eye has a floor show in it.
Yeah.
I think Ghost is my alter ego. Yeah, Evolve, Mercy, Drift, Ether Edge, and Life Beyond a Dream. I
like Ether Edge. Ether Edge is kind of fun, and when it jams, which it didn't do the other night, but that one that they jammed out, was it the Bowl?
It was a good bridge. It was a solid bridge between the other 2 songs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate him, but I tend to agree with him.
When I really got into that song was they did it in set 2 in Commerce City one year. The night with the long encore, I think it was in the middle of set 2, and I was like, that's not a bad place for that in this moment. Attendance bias or not, there's a segment for you. Instead of Believe It or Not, attendance bias or not.
This could have been a really good segment if we had thought about it for even a minute before we went live, and like wrote something down. It would have been a great episode.
Last night we should do a pop-up lot, and to me that meant like we're just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
what we got?
No net. Let's go.
Well, I was spun out and feeling hot, like life. Like I was just like, this is incredible, and
well, that's why I was also like, maybe he's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, no, that's a terrible idea. I can't do a lot today.
Oh, dude, I was hurting.
He couldn't do a lot today.
I feel bad for whoever saw me in the lawn too, because I was dancing like an asshole. Like not an asshole. Like I wasn't in people's ways, but like I was like fucking moving and shit, which I usually don't. I probably looked ridiculous. Plus, I did legs. Like I worked out before I went there.
Send video too.
Pro tip: don't do leg day the same night as a PHiSH concert because they get jelly and it hurts like a motherfucker the next day. But yeah, this morning
what is leg day?
I was like, I didn't want to get out of bed, but I figured I'd keep this going because by the time I got here at night, I was like, I feel better.
You know what, Savvy? We're 11 away. So if there's 11 people in here
who are not subscribed,
you can unsubscribe tomorrow if you want Just help
Then
us
we
out,
could say
guys.
we hit 1 million viewers, 6,000 subscribers, and we're like 20 videos away from 1,000 videos. We can hit the trifecta before the clock ticks to August.
To August. I was gonna say before. I thought you were gonna say before tour ends, but I'll take August too. That's good.
Because
20
we got
videos
Dead and
in,
Company. Hopefully,
13 days?
are we going to get Dead and Company stream announcements? We got that
No.
implied, I felt, with the interview we did with Brad from Nugs.
Felt like it. Felt like it. They're probably. Yeah, I don't know. I would say yes, but
No.
no. You don't think so?
No, they're gonna record it and then they're gonna sell it on a Blu-ray to the fans as a special limited edition package.
Does anybody have a
relive
Blu-ray
60.
player anymore?
That would be such bullshit.
I got a Wii. Will it play on a Wii? I have like a Wii 2.
A Wii
From
2?
when my kids were like Tim's kids' age.
Do you have
R2
Wii tennis
2?
and Wii bowling? Those are the funnest. I love.
Yes,
playing
Wii tennis, Wii bowling. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have that. That's all I ever bought. We never even bought any other games except what it came.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate that, man.
I'll drink to that.
There you go.
Well, I just burnt out. Speaking of staying up till 3, 4 in the morning, I do wish the one thing that I was missing was I miss hanging out with you guys on lot. Like that Mondegreen was really special. I hope we get a chance to do something like that again soon.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll come this time.
yeah, we need llama. It's not the same. When all the ducks aren't quacking in the pond together, it's not the same, llama. We need you there.
I
gotta
feel like
figure it out.
I would have benefited a lot from having Llama there and not have been outnumbered because these two Wooks were always up to shit, and I feel like Llama would have helped me be the voice of reason.
That's true. That's
we
true.
don't need that.
That's
Chill
true.
out.
like my man Oscar Wilde said, moderation is fatal.
My funniest memory of that is sitting there one night, and I can't remember. I think Kev, I don't know where you were at. Tim, I think you passed out already, and I was just sitting there cranking nitrous canisters, and Mike's Groovin walks up and he's like, "Hey, I was looking for Kev." I was like, "Oh, I don't know where you were, Kev. You're wandering around or whatever." Without bringing anything, we were just sitting there. Like, and I was like, "I don't know where he is." He's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm Mike and Bo," and we met and talked, and then he left, and I'm just throwing like canisters in that trash can. It's like
That was after night 3 at like 4 in the morning. Though.
We were ugly that night. T.
I was like,
You
give
and I-
perspective before you're like, oh, Wook
Well,
passed
I
out.
couldn't remember what night it was. That's why I was saying that.
It was last night at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Because I was trying to finish the last 2 boxes of the fucking crackers by myself.
I mean, I got a reputation to hold up, T. You can't just be telling people I'm passing out.
I couldn't remember what the circumstances around it. Like I said, I just remember sitting there in that darkened spot doing that.
I ran into Mike last night. He was with me when we got in the argument with the balloon Wook.
I love that. That's so great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
Fun
Friday
time.
night, member hang. Become a member and come to the member hang. And if not, come after the show because T and I will be here talking about it. Maybe we'll get some Tim. Maybe we'll get some Llama. We'll see what happens.
I got to get some sleep, but after that, yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah,
I'll be
You
here
have like, we'll give you like 5 hours to sleep. That should be more than enough.
Jason, I'm going to be at the lawn. I'm going to have my girls with me. I still encourage you to come up and hang out. Just keep in mind that I'm probably not going to be spun out or anything, and but I'll be, it'll be a good time. I'd still love to say hi and meet you and everything. But
how many shows have you taken Evie to?
A Dead show and 2 PHiSH shows.
2. I remember you took her to Atlantic City one time, right on the beach.
I met her there, yeah.
And we said Dead and Co at the baseball stadium, the Phillies, where the Phillies play.
Cool.
When I met Evie for the first time, I brought her a Princess Leia Minnie Mouse, and she looked at me and looked at it, and then looked at Tim like, "Can I take it? Is this cool?"
Like, is this for me?
She thought you lived in our basement for a while after that, like after you left. It's like your little brain didn't know how to process things. And she's like, is he down there? And I was like, no, he doesn't live here. He was just sleeping here one night.
Is that weird dude in the basement still here, Dad? The basement troll? Is he down there? Is it safe to go down there?
She still has the Leia Mini though. It's in a regular rotation with her, you know, most
great.
prized stuffies.
Oh, right on, Josh. Yeah, we were over right off that one dirt road that you came in.
We were close to the bathrooms, which was
We were.
very convenient.
That was actually super convenient. Like in the morning.
We were far enough away.
Dude, I hear him cleaning it. I gotta go get in line.
Hey, I was saying, you're like, I just heard the truck go by. I'm heading over.
Well, you were far enough away you couldn't smell it, but close
Right.
enough that it didn't hurt to walk even after a show.
Exactly.
your
The hard part
campsite
was,
No matter
hard
how
part
much
was-
tequila you had.
though, after the show, how far we were like literally the last row of cars after, like, to walk back from the show to.
It's
So
That
fucking
was
awful.
rough.
that was
That
rough.
was-
Yeah.
We were in the back corner, but of the cool lot. We weren't the mile away lot where you had to cross a highway in order to get to
Right, I
the
guess it could have
concert.
been way worse.
Yeah.
You
Could
know,
always be worse.
nobody wanted to go early.
Oh, Josh, you
All
should have
right.
come by and said hi if you saw the flag. If you see the flag, come say hi. Like, that's why we
Yes, come
fly
say
it.
hi.
Plant the
All
flag.
right, we'll see you Friday.
Good seeing. I miss doing the lots. There's so much
Oh man, goodbye.
I know, right? Kevin loves the ripcord. He doesn't let anybody else say goodbye. He's just
Man
like,
astray.
Let's get the last goodbye in. I'm gonna say goodbye now.
you can say goodbye.
Yeah, you can say goodbye.
You always
Goodbye.
leave in the morning more, like the Kinks
Well, no,
album.
what you can do is
Leave
we'll
the
just
people
do it
wanting
on
more.
You can come back on after the credits
That's
roll.
just
Be like,
2024. You guys have to update the copyright, or else we're gonna lose our.
I have. He just hasn't done it on this one. I need to
Oh.
do that.